All right, welcome to another episode of Soto Desperado Plays Ark Survival Ascended. And, let me check to make sure that... Okay. So it looks like there is decent sound, I guess. All right, just checking. So anyway... I'm going to go ahead and continue Big Ward's video that we left off on. This lady got imprisoned for, or not imprisoned, but arrested because of truancy. The children were not going to school a lot, but her child had sickle cell anemia, and she's in pain all the time. So she's trying to take care of her baby. And they cared more about truancy and saving money than anything else.
Kamala Harris strikes again. She likes money. Y'all think she care about the people. I didn't put the words in her mouth. She said it. So here you have this mother. Her child missing school is costing California money. Miss Kamala Harris don't care that the child is dealing with an excruciating illness called sickle cell. She don't care nothing about that. You're just a number to her. You're a number, you're a statistic that's missing school, costing us money, and I love money. You call Donald Trump the devil. Really. Well, there's one example. And there's others, policies of Kamala Harris that hurt black people. What policy? You hate Donald Trump, he's a racist. Go back, pull up his policies, show me. You say he ain't do nothing for black people. Well, show me where he hurt black people. See, I'm showing you what Kamala Harris policy hurt black people. Show me a policy, whether he... I ain't gonna argue with you. Since y'all say he ain't do nothing for black people when he was in the office, Donald Trump ain't do nothing for black people. Show me where he hurt black people. Show me a policy, name, number, date. He enacted this policy and it hurt black people. Okay, I'm just gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt. He ain't do nothing for black people. Show me where he hurt black people. I'm showing you where Kamala Harris hurt black people. With her policy, her idea. This wasn't Joe Biden's idea, somebody she's working for. This was her idea, her policy.
I thought, wow, this woman doesn't have any empathy. Is it because she's not a mother? I also thought, how could she not understand it would disproportionately affect people of color? Single black mothers.
Because sickle cell is predominantly a black disease for some reason. I don't know if any white people, it might be some, but the majority of people with sickle cell, and pretty much everybody in the health community knows that, it affects predominantly black people. So therefore, but anyway, let's go.
But honestly, I didn't imagine it could affect me. Her teachers had her medical records from the Children's Hospital. I even had a 504 plan, which was an agreement between the school district and the parents to provide care for students with disabilities. It was April 18th, 2013, in the morning. I'm in my pajamas. I had just fed my daughter, gave her medications, sent her off to school. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house, and they started banging on the door. I opened up my door, and 2 officers entered my home. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. They said I was going to jail. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
Then they handcuff me. So they take me outside for what you call a perk walk. And oh my God, the TV news was there. The newspapers were there. You could swear I had killed somebody. It was degrading and humiliating. I was taken to the Criminal Justice Center.
Can I get a... I'm with her.
They took my mugshot. I was fingerprinted like a criminal, and I was terrified.
And it felt like I caused her so much pain because in reality it is because of me, even though I know it's not directly my fault. Sorry.
The next day, the Orange County Register showed the pictures of my arrest. They even had a close-up picture of my hands in handcuffs to show here's a black mother being arrested.
It was a truancy rate at over 2.5 times that of white students.
Everyone knew most truant kids were black. I think Kamala Harris wanted me as an example to threaten other single black mothers, like, this can happen to you if you don't get your kids in class. The police even put out a press release naming me and other black single mothers like Toya Daniels who got arrested the same day.
Wow.
Ugh, we should have gone.
Jesus. What a fuck, man.
But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges. Failure to supervise and encourage school attendance and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I couldn't believe it. They framed my daughter as a gang member and basically charged me with neglect. I spent the
Yeah. Stupid people making stupid policies.
This who y'all believe.
They're trying to do the right thing, but they're
It's better than
idiots.
Donald Trump.
They don't have any consideration in the law.
This
The
who
law
y'all
doesn't
believe.
care. That's
Care
why the
about
law
black
is not
people.
supposed to get involved in that shit.
This who y'all believe care about black women.
That's for real criminals. You know? Jesus.
I tell y'all to do y'all research, because if you
People
do
are
your own research
fucking evil.
and not listen to the media,
Jesus.
or like when they say, big boy, you gonna believe that propaganda and those lies. I guess they're paying that woman a lie. As if she really wasn't arrested, charged. All that paperwork is fake, right? Or y'all gonna believe the lie that the liberal media is feeding y'all, tricking y'all into believing Jesus was best for you. Again, show me the policies that Donald Trump did that hurt black people. Because I'm showing you policies that Kamala Harris did that hurt black people. I ain't even saying Donald Trump did nothing for black people. He ain't do nothing for black people. Okay, Donald Trump ain't do nothing for black people. He ain't do nothing to hurt them either. If he did something to hurt them, besides y'all saying he a racist, whatever. Okay, he a racist. What did he do to hurt black people? Because he ain't did a damn thing to hurt me. In my view, he helped me because I was able to work. The economy was, so he helped me. But even if he ain't helped me, if the economy wasn't his doing, I can't think of damn policy he did or what damn Donald Trump did this and it helped my life up. But that lady there, I can tell you something that Kamala Harris did that helped her life up. Something Kamala Harris is directly responsible for that effed up the lives of black women. And y'all run around here with your chucks and pearls on talking about, I'm with her. Ski!
The next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
Like 10 different prosecutors. They kept pressuring me to plead guilty and spend a year in jail, but I kept refusing because I did nothing wrong. All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my Shayla. I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
In 2015, after 2 years, they finally just gave up and dismissed my case. In 2018, the Supreme Court of California ruled that truancy cannot be punished by incarceration. It was unconstitutional. The courts finally stopped Kamala Harris' abuses. When I look back, I ask, why did Kamala Harris arrest me? Why was Kamala Harris so insensitive to a black woman with a handicapped child? Well, first, I learned that Kamala Harris has no common experience with black people. She grew up with an Indian mother. I remember she kept saying she was Indian.
To become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
What we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are
Yes.
Indian.
And I learned she grew up in Canada, not in the United States, and went to a wealthy high school. I think in
I know I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, you are.
I
brother.
know
I'm sorry.
you Chucks and Pearls wearing, AKA ski. Y'all ain't nothing nobody can say about her. Y'all can see the horn sticking up from her head. You can catch her on camera praying to her father, Satan. And y'all still. Fake news. Fake news. That wasn't her. So I know I'm wasting my time with the majority, especially black women. Y'all ain't. But not all black women. A lot of y'all, I'm proud of you. You're waking up. But overall, what I saw Friday night and they Chucks and Pearls, ain't nothing you can tell them. Nothing. If they see this, they're gonna turn it off. If they see that woman's story, they gonna bash the woman right here. They ain't gonna bash Kamala. They gonna talk shit about that woman for telling her story. I guarantee it. They would talk crap about this lady, but not Kamala. Even though Kamala did her wrong. They're gonna blame her for trying to hurt Kamala.
Canada, she must not have been exposed to American values, which respects the rights of individuals. When Kamala Harris ran for president in 2019, they asked her about arresting people like me, and she just lied her ass off.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We never sent a parent to jail. And no parent went to jail. And we did prosecute some cases. But far few, only about 20.
It's ironic because Kamala helped raise money to bail out murderers, rioters, and thieves. But she thought I belonged in jail because I had a handicapped child. To me, Kamala is fake. She just repeats stupid things like unburdened.
What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened
Oh my God.
by what has been?
I'm so sick and tired of that
What
shit.
has been. You
That's
know,
one thing I'm
found
like,
out
I
she
mean, I
only
understand having
became
your favorite
Attorney General
quote, but
because she was a mistress
fuck
to
does that
the
have to do
married
with it?
San Francisco mayor, Willie Brown. And today I see she tries appealing to black audiences by putting on fake urban accents.
And we're going to do it again in 2024.
Black people are very down to earth. This is insulting to us.
You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Kamala, how stupid do you think we are?
Very.
And I saw Kamala's Twitter photo. that's from like 20 years ago. She's 60 years old today. Even with the heavy makeup, you can see she's 60. I seen her pretending to be talking on the phone, avoiding the press. She's a terrible actress. She was calling young people stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
With Kamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
The laugh is so insincere.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And yeah, I am radical.
All this woke and radical stuff doesn't do anything for me as a single black mother.
The lady asked the question about Kamala Harris. How stupid do you think black people are? I hate to answer that question this way, but a lot of us are very, very gullible. All you gotta say is racism, call a white man or a white woman racist, and we go, like hound dog, we coming. That's all you gotta say. You ain't gotta have no proof, no evidence, no nothing. Just say racism. Chanel Sharpton out, Jesse Jackson, Joy Reid, Roland Martin, Plies, now Plies. Plies didn't go this hard for Obama. Why all of a sudden he going hard for Kamala Harris? He's never went hard for no other candidate. Why her? Since when have Plies been a political pundit? That's how you ought to know something ain't right. Luke Skywalker, a political pundit. Somebody say, hey, we want some Cool J. That dude. That's who telling us who to vote for. Throw that D. Throw that D. You got to fill in the word what he was saying. If y'all know the song, you know what I'm talking about. That's who telling us who to vote for. Okay. He got the best interests of the black community at heart. Yeah. But anyway.
Forgot to repair my gun.
All it got me was inflation that hurt me and my kids. Grocery store prices are crazy. I can't pay for food on my income.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
Black people has been in America for 400 years, but Kamala pushes us to the back of the line behind illegals. Why? As borders are. She just filling up our schools with kids who don't speak English just so they can get more government money. Yeah. Illegals get free health care, but I have to pay. They get free housing, and I'm struggling to pay rent.
Our undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
And it's more dangerous in our neighborhood. We don't need Venezuelan gangs.
To this day, at 22 years old, I suffer from full paralysis on my right arm and partial in my right leg.
Kamala Harris owes me an apology.
You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it.
An apology for what she did to us.
Let's be clear. My values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
Need I say more? No, I don't. But still, I know. No matter how much proof, no matter what you bring out about her, they're going to attack me. They're going to attack that lady, saying we're anti-black.
I don't like these people.
It be your own kind, turn it against. They're gonna say I'm a sellout for exposing this fake.
You don't put me in a box like a goddamn microwave.
Kamala Harris is fake as a $4 bill.
No,
don't be mad at me because I can see it and you can't.
So here's the
They're gonna attack people like me, calling us sellouts because we ain't falling in line.
And this country's gonna fall apart. And you're gonna blame Trump, and you're gonna blame everybody else. But it's going to be you destroying.
Oh, you a Trump bootlicker.
Spending money stupidly, letting too many people in here without any resources to take care of them.
It's out there for you to see for yourself. You ain't got to take my word for it. Go check. She got a history.
Next generation is stupid. You're stupid for
you ain't got to take nobody else's word
whoever's
for it.
advising.
You can go dig her.
Should ignore those
past,
people.
Whatever you want to call it. It's right there for everybody to see. But y'all don't want to see it. Y'all so caught up on symbolism, being the first this, that, and the other, first woman this, first black, and she was and she in Divine Nine, all that bullshit.
God damn.
Y'all will let the devil right on in.
Yeah.
And won't give a damn. And be mad at us because we ain't hearing it.
Yeah. They're always misdirected out there.
And I'm going to shout it from the rooftop. Get it, got it, good. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't any good guys in politics. I keep saying this. There aren't any good guys there. Even Trump is not really a good guy. And there are no good guys. He's just like, he appears to be the better of the two. And that's all I can say. But, you know, I don't vote. I don't believe in the government anymore after Bear County Jail and all this. I've never voted because I've never been a political person. I don't believe that politics has solutions. I believe that technology has solutions. I believe that people have solutions, but not politics. Politics is just public policy, the rules that govern you. But the rules are there to be used as a measuring stick. They're there to be used as a guideline. What happened to that lady in this video when she got arrested and all that is people following the letter of the law, following court orders without question, and essentially destroying her life. She was made homeless. She had a heart attack. I mean, she suffered because of the rules that woman put in power. She's trying to prevent truancy, but the truth is those kids don't give a shit, and neither do some of the parents. But that lady cared about her daughter. So the rules that would condemn somebody for not being a good parent turned around, right? And condemned somebody for being a good parent. Just like that. Circumstances, information that was not taken into consideration. All they had to do was confirm with the school that she had a very sick child and she couldn't maintain that schedule. That's all they had to do. I cannot imagine. Well, actually, I can imagine what they do because I've been arrested. I've been through the system, Bear County Jail. And I can tell you that they don't listen to you. Whatever you tell them, they ignore everything you say. They're going to cuff you. They're going to process you. They're going to put you in line. And as far as they're concerned, you can be in there for 2-3 years until a judge decides to hear your case. And these are some of the most powerful, arrogant, absolutely not obligated to you whatsoever people in the world. They don't owe you an explanation for their logic and reason. They'll tell your lawyer what's going on, and since the lawyer is a ward of the court, the lawyer will always obey the court. The lawyer does not stand up and fight for you. You rarely get a lawyer that does that. What they'll do is they'll fill out paperwork. They will strategize to try to save you, but that's it. You know? They're not going to do anything special because that court belongs to whoever that judge is. What is that, 139? That's good. Yeah, these people fundamentally don't give a shit. Anything in the justice system is going to be process and procedure. If you resist, you'll be tased, pepper sprayed. That's what the jailer said. You can get in there voluntarily. You can go back to your cell voluntarily, or I'll spray you in the eyes with this pepper spray. And so I went back into the fucking cell because I wasn't going to get, because there's no medical aid there. They don't help you. They'll leave you there. They'll let you go blind. They don't give a shit. They're a bunch of soulless trash. I had no idea that they were this rough on people. No wonder everybody hates the government. They hate the fucking government for good reason. I didn't want to believe it. I honestly didn't. But I do now. Yeah. That's amazing. That's an amazing story. That's an amazing story. I mean, I got to really think about that. I'm like, she's going through all this trauma. She keeps telling them, my child's sick. She's sick. She's got a disease. I have to take care of her. She can't make it to school because she's sick. And they're treating her like she's responsible for the disease. I mean, it's a disease. Why would she be responsible for a disease and what it does to her child? She's trying to help her child, but nobody listened. It's called unjust prosecution. The prosecutors and all these people, the system was there to drain me of all my money. They want my money. I had to pay. My mom had to pay. And that's it. You pay, or screw you. Or you stay in there forever. They don't care. It's sad. That's my fellow man. My fellow man is a heartless bastard who will enslave me and destroy me at his convenience. That's why I don't bother with people anymore. What you got to understand is that just because somebody's not wealthy doesn't mean they're any different than the elite. I've met poor people. People are as poor as I am. And they're arrogant. They're full of themselves. If they get a little bit of power, a little bit of money, a little bit of anything, it goes to their head immediately. You know? It's sad that horrible experience happened. And the lady didn't apologize. You know, they didn't apologize to me. They didn't prove their case after a year of fucking with me with the ankle bracelet. Treating me like a criminal, trying to get me to pay for that shit. You know, it was their idea, not mine. You know, calling me a flight risk and shit. After all that time, I mean, first time arrested, and I'm a flight risk. And the lawyer didn't explain anything. You know, I asked him, I said, why do they think I'm a flight risk? This is the first time I've ever been arrested. And I just, it doesn't make any sense. I didn't say anything bad. And they're like, and he just looks at me like shaking his head like he doesn't understand either. They're treating me like public enemy number one. They don't care, guys. They don't care because their job is to get paid at your expense. And that's what this lady found out. And once you're convicted of a crime or you're incarcerated, everybody rejects you. They threw me out of my apartment. I was outside, my cats, they were outside in the cold and the wet. They didn't give a shit what happened to my babies. They're a soulless pieces of shit people. And when this country goes down, I am not going to feel bad for it. I'm an American. I'm not a United States piece of property, human chattel property. Okay? I'm a United States citizen because I have no choice. If I could leave the United States citizenship, I would. And I just call myself an American. An American. That's it. That's all I need to be. I don't need to be a Texan. I don't need to be anything but an American. But the real world forced us to go corporate, right? We either go corporate or we get punished. Because you can't leave United States citizenship unless you have another citizenship from some other country, like another corporate citizenship. Yeah, they won't let you leave. They try to hold on to your ass. I don't think there's anything going on here. It's kind of dead. Shit. I wanted to try one of the other caves, but they're kind of nasty. I didn't write down the coordinates or anything. Yeah. Let's just go back to base. Let's see if there's anything else I could watch. That is sad. And you know, in the old days, when I would listen to testimonies like this with this poor lady,
missing school cost.
With this lady.
Okay, straight down the barrel.
God
And
damn it,
3,
fucking
2.
YouTube. You fucking retards. This lady here, she deserves better than what they did. But it's a soulless system. It's a system that will capture you by force, put a gun to your head, threaten you, steal all your money. They have, everybody, you got to understand, it's not just me. Everybody who goes through that system is public enemy number one. Everybody who goes through there is going to get hell. And the arrogant judges and these other secret society people, and they're all secret society and dark magicians, behind the scenes, they're all doing the hokey shit. All of them are arrogant and they don't care what happens to you. That's why when it came to politics, I looked at it and I was like, so if I can convince enough people to vote for me, I can get a bunch of money, I can get a bunch of power. I may have to play the game according to whoever's dominating, whatever group is dominating at the time. But I get all this money and all this power for free, and other people have to pay for it, and other people get to suffer as a result. I don't, if I was an asshole, yeah, I'd be doing that. If I was an asshole who didn't care about the results of his actions, I would be doing that. And I'd be lining my pockets. But Jesus, guys, it's crazy. The way things work on this planet, it's just nuts. I mean, how else can I put it? Okay.
How to eat white rice instead.
This is Josh Piper, college degree equals no job. Yeah. No, you can have a job in the warehouse or over here with me in customer service until they get rid of us with the AI. A good AI can do my job. It can't do the operations yet, but eventually it will learn how to do the operations I can do, and they will set it up, and they won't need us anymore. They won't need to pay people for customer service. We're replaceable with an AI, a good AI that has access to the tools to do the job. What would you like me to do for you today? I need you to reset my password. Oh, can you repeat that, please? Did you say reset password? Yeah, reset password. and then it just resets your password and says your password is 123456, and that's it, And if it's a complicated thing, just like any other AI, you're fucked. You have to talk to a senior agent or something to get something intelligent done. But lower level jobs like mine are replaceable. We're eventually going to be out, just like people that used to use the typewriter. They either learned to use the computer or they got screwed. Anyway.
All right, so priorities. I think it can be one of the hardest things for people to do. People get so sidetracked, especially when life hits them in the face. Once you get out of high school, and whether or not you go to college, even today if you go to college, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a great job, but then you start having real world responsibilities. It's no longer a utopia anymore of I want to do this or I want to do that, and life would be so great if I just got this job and had this income and had this partner and had the white picket fence and the kids and everything and the fancy car. You have to start prioritizing things when you, getting into the real world. Are you going to have a family? Are you going to focus on your career? Have you really done a good job of determining what type of career you're going to go into, or did you just kind of blindly go into college? And then at the end of it, you're going to try to figure it out. Now, that works for some people, but a lot of people today, I think, they go into that system and they don't necessarily know what they want to do, and they end up with a bunch of college debt. And then they're looking for a job just like everyone else, and they're 23, 24, 25 years old, and they don't really know how to set any goals. They don't really have a real... they haven't set their priorities of what they really want in life, and they're just kind of going with the wind, right? We're all guilty of that. I'm guilty of it at times. I think when you're younger, you're really prone to that happening to you, where you're just kind of blowing in whatever direction the wind goes, and you haven't really set any goals. And if you don't have a plan, I mean, I know they say that all the time, like you're just planning to fail, but you don't necessarily know what you're going after, right? If you go to the gym and you're trying to increase your bench press and you're doing the exercises and the stretching and everything to reach that goal, and you're building up to it, that's a perfect example. If you're going to college and you just taking the classes that the people tell you to take, and you don't really know what you want to do, and you keep changing your major, and you don't know any people there, I can tell you from personal experience that you're going to have a very difficult time getting a job and getting a good job, because it really, unless you have a very, very technical degree, like you're a coder or you're a doctor or a lawyer or a surgeon or something very technical, people do not care about your resume, because if you think about a job posting, there's maybe 100 or 500 potential candidates that they get, and they're just not going to look at your resume. Even if it's good, they're statistically not even going to look at it, even if it's so great. So it really is more about who you know and having a database of people and connections, and I'm not the best at that at all, okay? But your opportunities in life basically come as a result of your people connections. And if you don't have people connections, you're not going to have... It's not that you're not going to have real opportunities, you're just going to have a lot less. Because if you fire off resumes, there's countless videos about this where people send off like 1,000 resumes and they get like 2 interviews or 5 interviews, or maybe they get 10 interviews, but they get maybe 1 offer or 2 offers at best, right? So the whole thing's kind of rigged against you. It's so easy to apply to jobs and stuff, but you're going to have a really hard time sticking out, especially if like it's a machine or a computer that's looking at the resumes and looking for keywords and stuff like that. If you haven't done it correctly, you're not even going to have yours be looked at. So that's just a little bit about the market now in terms of like college and jobs. But if you don't know what you want to do, and you're 16, 17, 18 years old, and you're just listening to maybe your parents or society saying that you should go to college, young people don't really have the information to say yes or no to that. They're kind of just going to listen to whatever the older generation says because they don't have the perspective. They don't know what they want to do. A very few percent of them really know what they want to do, right? They want to go to college. They want to, have that experience. They want to build a network of friends, have the whole college.
Earning a bachelor's degree doesn't have to put your life on hold. Not only does WGU have a generous transfer...
This commercial comes up when he's talking about how fucking useless it is. That's hilarious. That is fucking hilarious, man.
Experience, right? So when they do that, if they come out of it with a bunch of debt and they come out of it with not a degree that's really marketable, what have you really done? You've wasted kind of 4 years of your life, and at least in the United States, you've wasted a lot of money. It's different in other countries. In other countries where it's subsidized or it's free, where at least you as the student don't have to directly pay a lot of money for it, it makes more sense for everyone to go to college, right? Because you can socialize with people of your age group, you can build connections with, the professors and everything, and you can have a network maybe of like professional opportunities. But in the United States, that comes with like $50,000, $100,000 of student debt. So if you aimlessly go into that situation and you don't have a plan, you don't have a degree that you want, you haven't researched what jobs you're going to get after the degree, you're setting yourself up to have a really bad outcome.
Yeah.
And
that's what happened to me.
I don't blame young people at all because you don't know any of this stuff at 18 years old. And when people tell you to get an idea of what your salary is going to be and the type of jobs you can get, the economy is changing so fast that whatever you thought you could do in 2017 or 2018 or 2019, it might be completely different now because it's 2025 almost. And the skills that you thought you needed back then might be like not relevant now or a lot less relevant. And maybe you thought maybe you would be better off doing some other degree. So you have to kind of be agile. And I would say probably don't go to college unless you know exactly what you want to do. Because you have to prioritize.
I knew what I wanted to do.
What do I want in life?
But they wouldn't hire me.
And if it means you need to go to college because you know you want to get a certain job that needs a certain certification, then that's great. Go after that and do that. But if you, like me, for example, my college degree means nothing other than the fact that I check the box. So if someone asks me or if I'm having an interview, the only question they would ever ask me is, did you go to college? And the answer would be yes. And that's about the most they would ask of you. So it really is just a yes-no binary thing. If you didn't go to college, you might get filtered out, but going to college and having a degree, like a business degree or some sort of similar degree, it gives you so little of an advantage. You only get one extra qualification, saying, yes, I did go to school.
Yeah, yes or no on them.
They don't necessarily ask you a bunch of information about what you did or what you studied or, the references and everything you had, because it doesn't really matter. They don't care. They really just want to know, did you go to school? Were you able to go into that system for 4 years and pay all the money and commit to graduating and stick with it? They want to be able to know if you can do that. But what I'm saying is that doesn't even help you. I mean, I had a college degree. I probably applied to thousands of jobs, and the amount of times that you never hear back from anyone, or 6 months later you get something saying that they passed on your application is just ridiculous. So to me, it didn't seem like it really mattered that I went to college. It didn't matter, at least on paper. I think it only mattered from a personal relationship standpoint. Do you know someone that already works there? Do you have a family connection? Are you able to meet someone face to face? I think that's how you get the opportunity. And when you have a real connection or a family connection or someone that's a friend, they oftentimes don't even care if you did or didn't go to school. They're willing to look past those things because they know you, right? So because they know you, that relationship is almost stronger than It is stronger than if you went to college and if you have like the perfect resume. They're willing to give you a chance if they know you and if they like you. And they're willing to overlook certain aspects of your resume that might not be 100% perfect because it's like, hey, this person was recommended to us by someone we know. We want to give them a chance, and you know what? We're going to give them a chance, right? So, anyways, I'm kind of straying from what I originally said, but you have to be able to prioritize what you want. I'll go back to that. If you know that you want to do something when you're younger, then start having that end in mind. If you don't really know what you want to do, and you're just going to go to college to go through the motions and then kind of hope that everything works out, that might work for you. But I'm saying that's not very smart, because you're going to end up being 4 or 5 years older. You're going to end up with debt, and then you're going to end up with, unless you have a bunch of connections, you're going to end up firing off a bunch of resumes hoping that you get an interview. And a lot of these places that are hiring are not going to be wanting to pay you a lot of money, especially if you just have a normal college degree. Like, what skills do you really have over some other random person on the street? Probably not a whole lot more. So be smart about it. I know less people are going to college now because they're saying it's just not worth it. And I agree.
It isn't.
If you can't really see what the
it's not even worth it in my time.
Spending 4 years of your life and a bunch of money on going to school is, then you should avoid doing that. And you should start your own business, or you should start at the bottom of working at a company, and after 4 to 5 years you can get a bunch of experience. You can grow within that company potentially.
Yeah.
And have connections with different people. And that'll help you move around or do whatever. So both ways I think are still okay, but the college degree has just become so much more expensive now that if you don't really have a plan with what you're going to do with your schooling and all the invested time that you have in college, that you're probably best off not going to college. So let me know what you think. You can subscribe if you want. See you in the next one, and take care.
Yeah, he's right. It's a waste of fucking time, money, and energy. I wasted 5 years of my life because I was behind a year. So I caught up, but it was 5 instead of 4 years. And after I graduated, it's like, we don't know you. you, who are you? You know what I mean? Nobody knew who I was. Nobody cared. You know, that's the real world. These people that I work with now, I've been there 6 years. They know me personally. They know how I am. They know my level of competency. I've been tested. I forgot how many projects I've been on in the last 6 years, but it's well over 40 projects that I've been on. I mean, that's 40 different financial institutions. Okay? More than that, more than 40. And I've learned a lot. And I'm a good agent. They know I'm a good agent. And that's why they pay me what they pay me, and they keep me alive. My paycheck does pay all the basic bills. It's just been really tight lately because of the food prices. The food prices are forcing me to make extreme decisions. You know, and this coming week, I signed up for overtime. It's not much, but it'll help. It really will. Especially if I want to do stock trading, you know, Forex. You need money in there. It takes money to make money. You know, there's no way around that. So we'll see what happens, but I am most definitely going to enjoy whatever comes my way. Because at this point, I'm just content that I have food, water, roof over my head. I'm very thankful. Very, very thankful that they didn't kill me in Bexar County Jail. Because those people are fucking crazy. They're crazy. And everybody who goes through that process after they get over the shock and awe, they realize they're nothing. You are not an individual. Your opinion doesn't matter. Only opinion that matters is a judge's opinion, and he is not going to explain himself to you. The lawyer will talk to you, but not the judge. And if you go without a lawyer, God help you. That judge is going to railroad you. You won't be able to defend yourself. You have to know what you're doing. Even a lawyer has to know what they're doing. They can't fight the judge heavy, but they can make sure they follow procedure. You know, if the judge doesn't do what the judge is supposed to do, the judge has to take a hit. And you wouldn't know the difference. You're not trained. You're not trained. You don't know what to look for. So just be aware. In the real world, it is who you know, not what you know. The bachelor's degree is just something I could have got later. I thought it was important to get it out of the way now. But what happened is I just wound up falling in debt. If I had gone out there and just worked the job for a while, instead of being afraid all the fucking time, because the only reason I did it is because I was afraid. You know, I was afraid to go out and do this and that, and I wanted time to adjust. Well, I got it. Thousands of dollars in debt. I got time to adjust. I thought I was prepared. I wasn't prepared for shit. Now that I look back, I can see that. Any young person, like he said, will go in there without any real advice and fail that test. You have to be on point. You can't be a C student and be successful with some of these assholes out there. So, yeah, it's just sad. But like I said, I detach myself emotionally. I don't get upset anymore. It's bad for me. I'm overweight and I'm old and I'm diabetic. And I had high blood pressure for a while, and I don't want to get that back. So, like I said, when the country fails to operate, who knows what they're going to do? But they have FEMA camps. They have all kinds of places they can stick you, all kinds of little holes they can plug you into, and just leave you there. Okay? That's America now. America is a prison system with a military that doesn't get involved. Military that's supposed to make sure that, you know, the government doesn't get corrupt, but it's nothing but corrupt at every level. It's obvious. Once you start getting into it, it's pure corruption. Just like that. There was that guy in jail. We were out processing. They gave us our clothes back, and they put us in a cold room. It was freezing in there, and we asked for blankets because we were freezing, and they said no. You know? And I'm like, why? There's no reason not. We're out processing. We're almost out of here. They wouldn't do it because they don't want to be held liable if you decide to hang yourself or something at the last minute. You know what I mean? They want to protect themselves. That's more important than your creature comforts. Yeah. Those people. But anyway, we're out processing, and the guy starts giving me a lecture and talking about all the experiences he's had because he's been arrested other times and everything. And he says, "You see all of this?" And I go, "Yeah." He says, "It's pure corruption. All of this is pure corruption. It's all about payoffs, how much money you have. Can you pay for this? Can you pay for that?" Money's not supposed to have anything to do with justice. You know, justice is something that you purchase. It's not something that you live up to. So, yeah, it's horrible. And then the teacher, remember the teacher video with Big Ward? Forget it, man. I'd be in an outrage. If the black people saw the suffering that woman caused, that black lady, they should be in an outrage. They shouldn't be yelling and screaming and supporting her. I mean, they are completely under the spell. These people have got to be under the fucking spell. It's almost a religious-like spell. You know what I mean? It's almost like a religion. Kamala the Christ, you know. Anyway, it's pretty late. I think I'm just going to... I don't really want to do anything. I'm kind of tired, and it's pretty late. So I'm going to put all this stuff away. Let's see. And that'll be fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm tired. The bird's ready in case I want to go out later. But I've been doing that shit for quite a while. I'm kind of tired, and it's late. It's almost 2, I think, here, something like that. So I'm just gonna chill. It's Friday, so I should just chill out and just relax and enjoy myself. And I'll take care of this other nonsense later. Yeah, it's sad. I never thought I'd see politics like this in this country. I never thought I'd see videos like this in this country, people's testimony about how things are. Never in my life did I think I'd see that, you know? And it's just sad. It's sad. I thought America was better than this. It turns out that not only did they invade America and destroy the culture with an army, they did it with an army of immigrants. They did it with giving money away. Like there's plenty of money to find. There's plenty of money. And meanwhile, the national debt just keeps going up and up and up. They don't care how much debt we incur. They don't care about the debt in this country. They don't want to pay it back. They just want to spend. I swear to God, they got no sense. And the rules and the rules that destroy people's lives aren't being changed for the better. It took 2 years for the Supreme Court to rule that they can't put someone in jail for truancy. And that woman was the one pushing all that shit. That should be considered a failure on her end. And yet I've never heard of that happening. I never heard of it. You know, the media's playing games with us. Isn't it funny? They're just playing games, mind games. But anyway, enough of this. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. You take care. Bye-bye.